Me just randomly pinging members in the private server telling them to hurry up. So don't worry, I'm not speaking. We're gonna start at 7. I am now streaming on YouTube. It's not live yet. It's just a almost streaming screen. So for those of you that want to watch the stream, if you're not here, I don't know who that is. Maybe there's someone. Feel free to do so. Hopefully everything will be fine there. So yeah. Okay, hello everyone. Hello, sorry guys. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Woody, just send me a Discord DM please, stating the situation with my stream, if the audio is going through there or not, please. So yeah, I hope, let me just double check is it fine? Is it yep? Is that yep for me? I can, okay, but you guys, okay, yeah, Woody, I'm waiting for you to tell me that the YouTube one is okay. I'm looking. Nope, I can't hear. I can. Never mind. Okay. Thank you, Woody. Okay. Okay, so welcome everyone. Today is going to be a lesson, a fun lesson about circles. So we were actually just, you know, training a bit. We were working on, I don't know, was it our April Fool's routine? And we decided like, okay, listen, let's do an open lesson again. But I told them, okay, but let's make it on something fun. So circles. I'm very nervous to instruct you all, but I'm gonna give my best try. Hopefully we can get this sorted, and hopefully some of you can learn something tonight. So circles are definitely, it's a topic that not everyone really likes all the time, but I promise it's one of my favorite things. So yeah, hopefully everything goes to plan. The only thing I'm very scared about was the camera's not working, because I was planning on using it to talk about some things. But yeah, in any case, 𝐂𝐿, you are late. I'm joking. Okay, if you have not put on your dots, no, the camera 4 is not working. Well, all the cameras are not working, so it's kind of worrisome. So if you've not put on your dots, please do so now, because you will definitely need them for this lesson. And then I'm going to try my best to explain to you from the ground without using the cameras. I did completely forget about that. So yeah, and also I just want to say sorry to the YouTube people. I don't know if there is someone, but I won't be reading chat at all. Okay, so woohoo, let's get started. Welcome everyone. You guys can follow me. I won't be putting you in line right now. I'm going to first talk about some theory. Okay, so if you guys follow me, this is the center of our arena. This is called X. So I'm going to explain from the beginning as if you guys have never done circles, because I don't know where your knowledge lies and where it lacks, maybe lack. So sorry if I'm over explaining, but I want you guys to be fully aware of everything. So this dot, you can see it looks slightly different than the rest. It has like this small dark thingy in the middle. So this is our arena X. It's in the middle of our arena, which is kind of cool. So I'm first going to explain to you the basic circle sizes, and then I'll explain to you the 0.5 meter circle sizes from PQL, because we use them both. So your basic circle sizes, if you are working from X. Okay, so your first circle size that you will be learning about today is the 5 meter circle. So if you guys look where I'm standing right now, you can see my front hooves is in a dot, and this dot is directly across from X. So if I back up, it's directly across from X. So all your circles will always be made out of 4 primary dots. Okay, so that is a 5 meter dot. If I turn right here and I go to the first dot, this is a 5 meter dot. Okay, if I go this way again and I turn right, this is my other 5 meter dot. Okay, if I back up and I go this way, this is another 5 meter dot. Okay, so if at any point you are lost, please just type in caps lock if you don't understand something, because I see the chat is kind of crazy. We usually use the dot chat system, so my members type dots in chat if they are completely lost. So if you spam me with dots, please do not spam me, but if you put a dot in chat, I immediately understand that is that you are completely lost. Yes, like Sparrow demonstrated. So whenever the members put that in chat, I know I have to re-explain that, and I usually ask, is there any dots in chat, or are we good to go? That's just because when you're writing, you can't type out, hello, I am struggling to understand, because you don't have time. So the dot makes it easier to do so. Okay, so does everyone understand these 5 meter circle markers? Okay, and that there's 4 directly across the center line and the midline. Okay, is anyone lost? Ellie, can I help you? Should I show them to you? Where are you? Let me just find you. Oh, okay, you can step forward because there's so many chats I can't see. Okay, so Ellie, working from, always work out where your X is. So your X looks a bit different. And then you think to yourself, okay, the definition of a 5 meter circle is the first dot away from X. Okay, so you want to make a plus sign. So if I want to make a plus sign, I would go here. You don't want to go skew. So this is my 5 meter dot. Okay, if I turn around and I go back to X, I always go back to X for my reference, and I turn to the left, you'll see this one is my first dot away from X. Okay, and then if I go that way, you can write straight across as well. This one is also your 5 meter dot from X. This would be much easier to see if I could have used the 4th camera, but in any case, do you see that these 4 dots like kind of make a cross like over the sides? So from here all the way down to there. Okay, so those are the 4 dots you'll be using if you're making a 5 meter circle. Okay, do you understand that now? Should I show again, or you good? It's going to take some time to see them while you're writing as well. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think I'm going to, I'll obviously explain the theory first, but I think I'm going to have you guys start on a 10 meter because we're way too many people for a 5. But in any case, okay, so that's the principle behind the 5 meter. So whenever you are writing a circle, the golden rule is to never, ever, ever, ever change gates. So if my members are changing gates, I send them around the arena or something, or make them do something silly. So you have to prevent yourself from changing gates. If you are in a canter, if you're in a trot, whatever gate we're doing the circle in, you are only allowed to be in that canter or trot, unless I tell you like, listen, you are very, very, very off canter to catch up. Okay, so with that in mind, change gates? No, that's illegal. Exactly. Sometimes I kick them out of the club as well. I'm joking. I kick them out of the club a lot of times and then just add them back. Okay. It's a rule. She loves us. Okay. So, yes, I'm going to explain to you now, Pixel. So, the reason why you do not change gates in circles is because it's like very, what's the English word? You can easily see that. You can easily walk in Cancer and then you can see them changing gates. There's a much easier way to adjust your gap in a circle that is a lot less noticeable. So remember, why are we doing all these things to make it less noticeable? When you are writing in routines, okay, you obviously don't want to have like a 5-minute section of you just trying to catch up to your partner in front of you. That looks awful. You want to do it like small changes that's less noticeable when filming from the camera. So everything that we do in the lessons is what we would do in routine filming. So we have a lot of techniques to not change gates, as you can easily see that. So the technique with circles. Okay, so the first thing is, now that we've identified our 5-meter circle dots, so the ones I just showed you, you are gonna create a circle. Okay, it would have been much easier if you could see me writing this from the camera, but that's fine. So what's super important, if I'm gonna write a wrong circle now, is you'll see me like do this. I tap, I get to the dot and then I turn and I tap a bit, and then when I get to the dot I turn. You'll see I'm forming like a diamond shape. It's not a circle, like I'm writing straight to dot, straight to the next dot. That is a no. So I'll always tell you, make your curve more curvier, like write more curvier. And the trick you do that is you're gonna tap. So you're gonna experiment on what like beat works for you. Beck has an awesome, just to promote Beck has an awesome thing where she worked out the exact tempo you need to be tapping for circle sizes, which is so cool. But yeah, you want to have a consistent tap. You never ever want to be like super straight. You want to be tappy. So your fingers should be cramping at the end of a circle lesson. That's how you know you did a good job. Okay, if I ever stop tapping, you'll see I go straight and then I need to fix it, and then you go all skewy wooey, which is very sad. We don't want skewy wooey in circles. Okay, so the important thing is to tap. Now, if I want to catch up, okay, now we've identified my 4 markers. Let's say I'm second in line and I can see I'm too far away from the person leading. If I want to catch up in a circle, I would tap a bit faster so that I'm to the inside of my dot. So you can see right now, I'm not hitting the dots, I'm to the inside of them. There I hit them. But if I tap a bit faster, I'm bringing my horse's nose into the circle. Do you guys see how I'm making my circle a bit smaller? So automatically when we are doing the circles, I'll ask you guys to change into different gaps. You'll get to use this. You'll automatically see that if you make your circle smaller than the person in front of you, you will end up with a closer gap to them. Okay? So the same rule goes for if you want to make your circle bigger. So if I'm tapping, so you basically just turn inside the circle a bit to catch up. Yes, exactly that. That's spot on. So if I want to make my gap a bit further, so let's say my gap is too tight, I would point my horse's nose to the outside, but never ever use my outside key. You do not use your outside key. Brooklyn, are you in cool? Let me just check. No. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking if they are spamming me or not. Okay. So, I want to make my circle a bit bigger if I want to make my gap size to the person in front of me a bit larger. So then my horse's nose would be to the outside of the dots, but still maintaining a tap speed. So I would be tapping a tiny bit slower to make my gap a bit bigger. Does that make sense to you guys, how we catch up gates in circles? Like, yeah, how we catch up in circles. Okay, remember to put a dot in chat if you're lost. Awesome. That's super great to hear. I see no sad faces, which is very great. Okay, so that is how we catch up. Now I'm going to talk about gaps. Gaps. So who of you are familiar with OT? Are you guys familiar with HI, OT, NTT? Or should I explain the gaps? Please put a dot in chat if you don't know. I'm more than willing to explain to you our gap size. Okay, I got an I think, so I'm going to be rather clear. Okay, Ash, you're at the point, at the end. Just come and stand like this. Inside of me, sorry. And then I'll just adjust to you. Okay, so when writing in circles, I'm gonna ask you to adjust to a certain gap size, and you're gonna use the the method I just taught you to catch up or to slow down. So do not change gates. Think about that the whole time. So if I want you guys to ride HI, that would mean my horse's legs is in the middle of Ash's horse's legs. If you guys can see, I'm dividing her horse in the middle. Just ignore her horse walking forward. But this is HI, halfway inside. Okay, so this is the gap size we use. You can be a bit more to the front as well, but preferably let's keep it easy. Try to stay HI. Then we use another gap size called OT. OT means overlapping tail. So as you guys can see, my horse is English, the front part. The front part, I don't know what you call it in English, is overlap chest. Yes, thank you. I wanted to say something else, or was not the right word. Okay, so my horse's chest is over Ash's horse's tail. So just as she's not walking forward, but that is basically OT. And if I want to be NTT, my horse's nose would be to the tail. So NTT, nose to tail. Okay, so you guys can see my nose is over Ash's horse's tail. Okay, does that 3 gap sizes make sense to you guys? Okay. So once we are in a circle, I'm going to ask you to change the gap sizes. And this is something that this is an exercise I learned from Bambi from Pink Queen's Legacy when she instructed our club. So full credits to her, but it's a super fun exercise we've been using, and it helps the riders, adjust the gap sizes appropriately. Okay, so I'm first going to show you guys what a 10-meter circle is, because we are definitely not going to fit in on a 5-meter one. So as you guys know, our 5-meter circle definition is the first dot away from X. Our 10-meter circle definition would be the second dot away from X. So this one is a bit harder to see, as your eye needs to be kind of trained if it's the first time you're doing circles. But I believe in you guys. We're gonna work on it. That's what the whole point about the lesson. Okay, so as you guys can see where I'm standing, this is a 10-meter dot. So it's 1 dot. This is my 5-meter dot I'm trotting over, and then this is X. If I turn right, I'm going to go over the 5-meter dot, and then I'm going to go to the 10-meter dot, which is 1 dot away from X. Okay, now the same principle is going to go when you're riding your 10-meter circle. Once I'm here, I'm going to try to see where my next 10-meter dot is, and I'm going to curve towards it. So if for the people that want to know, I use primary dots and secondary dots. Secondary dots are the dots adjacent to your 10-meter dot. So it would be this one. This is the secondary dot. And if you go over, this is a secondary dot. So if you're comfortable with seeing your 10-meter dot, you can start using your secondary dot to make sure that you're riding your circle curvy enough. So I always use my secondary dots to know that you can see here, I'm to the inside of it. I'm not on the secondary dots. I use that to judge. Then I'm straight on the 10-meter dot for a split second. You have a point of English again, but you kind of hit it straight, and then you start going curvy again. And then you make sure you go past your secondary dots again. These secondary dots really help later on to make sure your circle is very curvy and not going into the inside. So if you see me, I'm riding to the inside of all my secondary dots. I'm hitting my primary dots and then going around again. Okay, do you guys understand that concept? If you do not, don't worry. I usually don't teach them in one lesson. I just wanted to, for those that want to know about that. Okay. Are we ready to try this? How are we guys feeling? Okay, so everyone go stand please NTT flat at C. And then I'm gonna line you guys up. So I'm trying to identify who's in call and who's not in call. So everyone that just queued I know is in call. I just love Nick staying away. So Nick, you're gonna be line leader. Is someone else level 23? Usually not, but poor Nick. You got this, Nickel. It's fine. Yeah, it's shame. We used to make turns with line leaders, and now it's just Nick. And then Donnie, because Donnie's level 22. So okay. Level 22, Max and Happy, please step forward. Level 21, Max and Happy, please step forward. Okay, I'm not going to put you guys in like a very specific order. I'm just going to go from the side. So Pumpkin, Loggy, I think Ash, you walked forward. Yeah, Ash. And then I think it's Moon. Yeah, Moon. You can logo line up. Did I miss you guys here? Oh, you guys are level 20. Okay, level 20, Max and Happy, please step forward. Okay, so it's gonna be Daphne, I believe. Sorry if I say your name incorrectly, and sorry if I use the incorrect nickname or pronouns. I'm trying my best, but I am going to refer to you sometimes just using your SSO name because it's very hard to give feedback when you don't know the nicknames. And I would rather give you guys feedback than trying to figure out what the nickname is. So sorry. Okay, thank you. I'll take note of that. But if I do forget, it's just because I'm under pressure. So sincerely apologize if I do mess it up. It's not ill-intended in any way, but I'm going to try my very, very best. I'm just terrible under stress. Okay, then Liv, Woody, Nesh, Pixel. And then if you're level 19, Max and Happy. Okay, then Ellie. Where's your happiness? Let me just see. Okay, so then Sparrow. Oh, I clicked on Sparrow again. Let me just see Del. I can't inspect Del. Come here. Thank you. Okay, perfect, Dali. You can go inspect. You're like, inspect your happiness, Patati. Okay, I don't think Danielle's in call with us. Let me just double check before I ignore someone who's here. No, it doesn't seem so. I'm going to talk now about spacings once you start trotting. So let me just ignore here who's not in call. I'll unignore them afterwards. Otherwise, I'm going to be very confused. I don't think Helena's here. Helena Meadowworm. No, double checking. Do not see them. Sorry, Helena. Oh, not inspect. Ignore. Okay, so I'm going to call a trot set. We usually remove all horseshoes, Daphne. So you can remove them. Oh, you meant back. I thought you said on. Okay, I don't know. But in any case, Daph without E. Sorry, thank you. Okay, so once I call a trot set, we use... Oh, this line is big. Once I call a trot set, we use pickup trot set also from Penguin's Legacy. So you do not start trotting immediately. You wait for the person in front of you to start trotting. That's just because if you start trotting immediately, you will end up in the person in front of you, and it's just a nightmare. So I'm just going to have you guys trot around once just to get a feeling of the arena. Nick, you can follow the full arena dots because it's a big line and I'm very stressed. So don't use our lines, just go full arena dots. And then, yeah, then I'll call you to make your 10 meters a circle. Okay, we got this, guys. Trot set, pre and go. Oh, and then obviously my command sequence is always a double call with the and. The and comes from Beck. Woo! It's much easier to keep a rhythm like that. So you always go on go. So you wait for the pre and go. I try to keep a consistent rhythm so that you don't have to anticipate your go, that you can know when I'm going to call it. Okay. So what you guys want to be using now is a HI gap. So you want to be halfway inside in the person in front of you. I'm not going to go too much into gap sizes since we are pretty large. So it's okay if you're not fully in it. but you guys are looking great. I'm very intimidated at this point, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's a lot of fun to see you guys like this. I'm leading Imagine. Nick, when you get to C, you can cut mid and then form your 10-meter circle. Yeah, Nick, if you mess up, everyone else messes up. How do you feel about that? No pressure. I'm joking. No, I've conditioned Nick with bullying her. That's how we do it. I'm just joking. I'm really just joking, guys. Yeah. Okay, I'm standing at your dot. And then you can form your circle either way. Okay, hopefully, I don't know, we're gonna fit you guys in. We're gonna see. Okay, so HI, catch up if you need to. So Moon, you can catch up a bit. So we want to have a tight gap so that I can see how we are looking at the circle, so that we can try to fit everyone in. So Nish, you can catch up. Okay, and remember, if I give you feedback, okay, we're good. If I give you feedback, it's out of love. If I'm not giving you feedback, I'm not a good instructor. Then why am I here? Okay. And if I end up not giving you feedback at all tonight, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to try my best. But that means probably that I didn't see you do something wrong or you didn't do something wrong, which is also great. Very good, guys. Okay, so let's begin. Let's try to all maintain the tight HI gap. So notice how the circle is not closed. So we're not going to try to close the circle, okay? Even if we are a big group of riders, we can do that. We can do that by adjusting gap sizes. So how you would play around with that if you were an instructor, you would ask your club to go into different alignments on their screen to figure out where would that alignment on their screen be where the full circle is closed. At this stage, I want you guys to ride an open circle because I want you guys to practice the more tighter gaps. Okay, so... sorry, okay. Okay, I just saw in chat. Okay, so try to make sure that if you're not hitting your dot, that you're seeing where that 10 meter are. So I'm going to begin from the beginning to see who's not in gap. So, Clear, that's good. Well, Pumpkin, that's good. Loggy, that's good. Ash, that's good. Okay, Moon, you can tap, tap, tap to the inside. Okay, so if I see your gate changing, I'm going to ask you to go around the arena once, okay? It's like one of those laps, so do not change gates from now on, okay? Try to fix your gap without using gap changes. Don't be a gate changer. Don't join the dark side. Looking good, Liv. Looking good, Woody. Nish, you can tap, tap, tap to the inside, so tap a bit faster. So you want to be riding to the inside of your dot to make your gap to Woody a bit smaller. So continue doing that. You can even go much smaller than that. You don't even have to ride next to the dot. So you want to close this gap. So Pixel, you don't want to be closing in if Nish hasn't catched up yet. See how you guys are riding inside of each other. So wait for Nish to slowly veer in and then you'll follow. No, don't worry. Remember, I'm saying everything out of love, just to help you. Thank you, Beck, for being chat moderator. I appreciate that. Okay, so Nish tried to ride here on fully more to the inside. I'm trying to give you like a guide. There we go. You're veering. See, your horse's nose wants to be to the inside of Woody's horse's butt. Like, imagine her horse like gave a fart. Like, ew, you don't want a horse to smell that. Like, ew. I'm if you see it like that, oh, there we go, Nish, perfect. Okay, same goes for you, Sparrow. Okay, so Sparrow, you're gonna want to drastically make the circle smaller. So do not canter. Make your circle smaller, 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 smaller till you get caught up with Ellie again. So really tap. So people with unhappy horses, you guys are gonna have basically a very hard time, obviously. So same for you, Dal. I don't think you'd really be riding on the dots too much. You would be more to the inside to try to fix that gap. The happiness plays more a role in circles because you're going in like there's no corners or anything. You constantly fall behind the whole time. So you need to be constantly tapping faster to adjust for that. But yeah, you guys are doing very good. Nick, you're hitting your 10-meter dots. From my point of view, it looks curvy. I wish I had a camera. Then you guys could have saw how it looked. But yeah, awesome. Okay. So now we're going to move into NTT gap. So everyone begin tapping a bit slower. You're not going to use your outside key, in this case your A key, to tap out. You're just going to tap a bit slower. Okay, so increase that gap size to NTT, nose to tail. So Pixel, you can start going to the outside again. So you want to tap a bit slower that you're not writing. Yes, there we go, a bit slower. Okay, so careful not to press that outside key. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. Woody, you want to increase your gap as well. Your NTT on my screen, which is a bit worrisome. Nice fixing, Sparrow. Just continue fixing. Doing very good, guys. You guys, oh, this looks so pretty. Well done. Ah, you guys are very, very pretty. So a word I use, what I started using in the club, I'm going to teach you some Afrikaans if you don't know it. So I say baie mooi. So baie means like a lot, and mooi means pretty. So it's not a lot, but baie means like it's very pretty. That's the correct translation. So whenever I say that, just know it's a very big compliment from my side. And at this point, you guys look very baie mooi. Okay, Moon, you can tap, tap, tap to the inside. Make your gap a tiny bit smaller. So remember, on your screen, your nose must be touching Ash's horse's tail. That's where you want to be. So Dal, tap, tap, tap to the inside. Nick is going to catch you, so you need to drastically make your circle smaller. You don't have to hit your 10-meter dot. You can be here fully on the inside to fix it. Rather fix, fix, fix than go onto your marker dots. It's more important on my screen that you fix your gap than hit your dots. The circle will look skew for like 2 seconds and then it will look better again. So it's much more important to fix gap than be on the correct dot. Okay, now I'm going to ask you guys. So Pixel, you're a bit too on-ish. You want to be tapping slower. So you don't have to act, yeah, so just tap, tap, tap. I'm going to be right next to you. Go tap, 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 tap. There we go. See how your circle, your space is getting bigger. Perfect. Okay, we're going to increase again to HI gap. So increase now to HI gap. So slowly start tapping faster. Nose to the inside of the circle. Nose to the inside. Really be, your HI means halfway inside. Your horse's front legs need to be in the middle of the rider in front of you. Good gap, Pumpkin. Good, Loggy. Perfect, Ash. Good, Moon. Tiny bit more, Daff. You can tap, tap, tap a bit more. Bit close. No, it's fine, Liv. That looks good. That looks good, Woody. There we go. Fixing it, Nish. There we go. Good, Pixel. Tap, 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 Sparrow. Almost there. And good gap, Dal to Sparrow. There we go. Look how you guys merge. See how the circle's like not as closed anymore. It's more open. So that's what you're achieving. So this is really a fun exercise to have everyone focus on gap changes and circle changes. Okay, so now I want to halt, set, pre, and go. Okay, since we're such a big line, I really don't think 5 meters is going to be fine. Let's focus on a 15 meter. Let's try it. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to start teaching you guys to expand. So expanding means, 5 meters will be a bit wacky. So expanding means to make your circle bigger, hence the word expand. What's extremely important with the expand is to know where your booty is going to go. So your horse's booty is very important in circles, as is obviously the horse's nose. So if I moon here and I want to expand into a bigger circle, I would turn till my booty faces X. So if I back up right when I started expanding, my booty will go right over X. Then you'll know your expand was was correct. So if you're expanding but you're doing it skew, so let's say I'm tapping here and I expand like this, you see how my booty will not go. If I back up now, it won't go over X. So this is how you know that you are expanding correctly. So if you're practicing by yourself and you want to check that, then completely back up and see if you hit X or not. So if everyone theoretically does their booties to X, your gaps will automatically increase with equal distance if you're riding an equal distance. If someone does not increase with their booty to X, or I mean expand, so let's say I'm here and I'm going to expand like this, my gap behind me is going to be way bigger, and then if I'm riding behind 𝐿𝐷𝐸, I would almost be in front of 𝐿𝐷𝐸 actually. So that's why it's really important to take note where your booty is going to go. Okay. So I'm going to call it expand set, pre and go, and then on go, booty to X. Then onto a 15-meter circle. Okay, the definition of a 15-meter circle says it's 2 dots away from X. So this is a bit harder because it's harder to see. So sorry if you guys mess up. I'm very, very sorry in advance, but let's test it. So if I'm here with my front hooves, I'm going to count 1, 2, and then here I'd be an X again. Okay, if I go this way, I'm gonna be 1, 2, and then here I'd be on X again. On the 15-meter dot. Okay, so you want to be able to see where that 15-meter dot is that you can tap to it. Okay, same concept, just hitting different markers. Does that make sense to everyone? Did I lose someone somewhere? I see no dots. I see no one crying. Last chance. Okay, I'm going to call an immediate trot set. Okay, let's try that. So immediately start trotting, and then you are allowed now to fix your gap with gate changes. Just fix it so that I can call the expand. Okay, trot set, pre and go. Okay, and then just use your gate to quickly fix and get back into your normal gap. So let's remain HI. So Liv, you can canter up. Sparrow, you can canter up. Okay, Ellie's just AFK. So just where Ellie was, just make her space smaller again. Moon, you can tap to the inside again. There we go. You're fixing it as you go. Okay, we're going to do an expand to a 15-meter circle. As soon as you hit your 15-meter circle, go back in the original direction you were trotting in. So you're going to maintain the circle you have now. Give me another second. Okay, no stress. I'm just going to explain it. So you're going to stay in the same circle direction. The circle direction does not change. So make sure to take note of how you're moving right now. You're going to go in the exact same direction, just with an expanded circle. Okay, I'm just waiting for Pixel. Okay, Pixel's back. Expand set, pre and go. Good, booty to X. So, Moon, sorry, I saw you now. Make sure you're looking at your booty, and then Ash, make sure you're turning back onto your 15-meter circle. So just canter up if you need to. So step 1 in expand is checking where your booty goes. Booty to X, that's the rule of expand. Okay, now try your best to see your 15-meter mark. Okay, do not catch up. You should not be in HI right now. You should be in a bigger gap. The back gap, I do not know. So who? Ash and Moon, you guys are inside of each other. So Ash, just canter up a bit, and Moon can, no, that's fine. Just there we go. Okay, so if you had a good gap from your previous circle and you expand, you would have even gaps across. That is the theory. As I do not know exactly what the gap is right now, but it should definitely not be HI. If you're in HI right now, you are too close. So Liv, you can be a bit more to the back. Woody, don't catch up. You need a bit more to the back. Okay, so tap. If I told you you need to go a bit back, do not halt or whatever. Tap a bit to the outs. Well, no, do not tap to the outside. Just tap a bit slower. So make your circle a bit bigger. This whole group right here has a very good spacing, looks very nice. There we go, that evens out more. Okay, so now we're going to do a shrink. So a shrink is exactly the same, except your horse's nose is going to go towards X, and I'm going to tell you to shrink onto a 10 meter circle. So the dots to right next to you, these dots right here, you're going to shrink to them and start forming your circle again with the same theory around this one. Okay, make sure you're directly turning towards X and not veering, and then once you hit your dot, turn onto the well, your spacing, not necessarily your dot, turn back onto the circle. Okay, let's try that. Shrink, set, pre and go. Good. Tiny bit late-ish. Sorry, I'm saying what I'm seeing. Okay, try to find your mark, try to tap. If I see you changing gait, you're gonna run around. Okay, it's very important to fix your gap using the tap, tap, tap now. Okay, Liv is just lagging. Oop, Liv died. It's fine. Liv, you can fix just your gap with a with a cancer. Rip. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Woody, you can tap, tap, tap to the ends. Oh, never mind. Liv is supposed to be in front of you. That's why. Sparrow, you can tap, tap, tap. You need to be making your circle a lot smaller. Almost there. Going back into HI. Livia's internet is not handling this. Yeah, logged off. Got a network error. Sorry, Liv. Okay, we're going to do an expand again. Make sure step 1, booty to X. Step 2, onto a 15 meter circle. The definition of a 15 meter circle is 2 dots away from X. Okay, expand, set, pre and go. Tiny bit late, Moon. Sorry, I saw you now. But good, your booty was 2X. Very nice. Okay, Loggy wants to be a bit bigger gap. So you can tap, tap, tap a bit to the, well, not to the outside. I meant slower. I should stop saying that. Very sorry. Let me see. I'm just trying to see the bit of my eyeballs without the camera where we need to even out more. Loggy, you can still make your gap a bit bigger. Sorry, I'm just trying to even you guys out. That looks good. Yes, that's very good, guys. Awesome. Oh, you guys can, I am streaming, so if you want to see yourself, you can go watch that afterwards. That's very nice, you know. Okay, we're going to shrink again. Okay, we're going to shrink to a 10 meter again. Shrink, set, pre and go. Nice. Look for that 10 meter and immediately try to fix your gap. HI gap. So catch up if you need to by tap, tap, tapping. Do not canter. Looks very nice on this side. Just tap, 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 Loggy. Still a bit more. I see you're tapping. Very nice. I'm just gonna ignore this person. Otherwise, I'm going to get infused. Okay, now we're going to do halt, set, pre and go. Okay, we're going to do a bloom now. Let me just see the time. Double check. Yeah, we still have 20 minutes. So we're going to do a bloom and a cave. So a bloom is basically a curl to the outside. Not necessarily a specific type of curl, it's more of a direction. So you'll later, if you know circle moves, they later give different definitions using the word bloom. So it means to do anything to the outside of the arena, the outside of the circle. By outside, I mean if you're trotting like this, outside is away from X. In the case where I just say bloom, set, pre and go, you're gonna do a curl to the outside of X. So this is the outside. Does everyone understand what a bloom is? I see new dots. Let's try that. I'm going to explain cave as well. so that I don't want you guys going around and around and around and around with me explaining. So a cave is the direct opposite of what a bloom is. A cave means towards X. It means going to the inside of X. So in the case that I call a cave set on its own, you're going to curl to the inside and then remain going onto your circle. So it's just 2 curls, one to the outside, one to the inside. Are we all good with the difference between the two? So bloom, think of a flower, and cave, think of going, you know, to the inside. I don't know. Let me just see. I don't know if we have another Nisha in call. No, doesn't look like that. So I'm gonna need to ignore Nisha because otherwise it's not gonna help. Okay. Nisha has a clone. Okay, immediate trot set, pre and go. Okay, fix gaps. So canter up if you need to, because I see you guys are a bit more to the back, so it's fine. From Nish onwards, you guys can canter to quickly fix this. So don't want to spend too much time tapping right now. Okay, this person is also not in call. There we go. Gaps are looking perfect. Very nice, guys. Very, very good. Bloom set, pre and go. Good. Yes. Tiny bit late, Woodles. Okay, we're going to do a cave. So make sure after the rule is after every move, no matter if it's in a circle or inline or whatever, you need to immediately fix gaps. So that's what you're thinking right after a move. Fix gaps. How can I fix it? So Ash, tap a bit faster. There's a bit of a big gap between you and 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. And then Nish and Pixel, you guys are inside of each other. So just make sure, I see you're fixing it, Pixel, by going a bit bigger. No, don't worry. Try not to swiggle wiggle. There we go. And then Nish, you can tap a bit to make your gap to Woody a bit smaller again. Okay, we're going to do a cave. So cave set, pre and go. Very nice, guys. Awesome. Very, very good. Okay, so that's your basics. You've now done expand, shrink, bloom and cave. So that's literally circle basics. Everything is built upon this. So let me just get my moves list. Okay, we're going to try to do some other moves as well. So I'm going to halt you again. I'm so sorry. Halt set, pre and go. Okay, so this is from the SSD dictionary. I just pulled it up. Well, I copy pasted the moves I want to do. So listen if you're an odd or an even. So Nick, if I do not say your name, if I say your name now, you are an odd. Okay, so if I say your name now, you are an odd. Nick, Loggy, Moon, Woody, Pixel, and Sparrow. Okay, all the people I just mentioned, you are an odd. All the people I didn't mention, you are an even. Okay, you guys good? Does everyone have their odds and evens? Okay, so the move is called a primrose. It says, while in a circle on go, the odds will walk cave, while the evens canter bloom. Okay, so odds, the people I mentioned, you are gonna, the odds are gonna, will walk cave. So remember when I said cave is a direction? So cave is to the inside. So you're gonna first change your gait before curling. That's also another rule we use. So I'm gonna go transition into a walk on go, and I'm gonna do a walk curl to the inside. On the exact same timing that we're doing that, the evens are gonna transition up a gate, and they are gonna canter to the outside. They're gonna canter bloom. Then you're going to change back to a gate. We're usually using whatever timing you guys are comfortable with, but don't continue cantering on the circle or walking. You need to be trotting your circle as a normal, like how you would do your transitional curls. Okay, does that make sense? Odds walk curl to the inside, evens canter curl to the outside. Okay, and it's called a primrose. Everyone happy? Okay. Trot set, pre and go, and then you're allowed to gate changes to just fix the circle again. So use this grace period. Okay, so Nish, you can just astride, you can canter astride. This you're closer to Woody again. There we go, better. Okay, primrose set, pre and go. Okay, remember where you need to be going. So Daff and Woody, you guys are going in the same direction. Double check that. So try to figure out where you went wrong. Try to see what the person in front of you did. Okay, immediately fix gaps. Tap, 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 tap if you need to. So pixel catch up. Oh, it's Nish. Okay. Nish, sorry. Blah, 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 my English again. Okay, let's try that again. Primrose set, pre and go. There we go. That's better. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's epic, guys. Perfect. You guys look absolutely stunning. Baya, baya, baya moi. Very, very pretty. Chef's kiss. Okay, we're going to do that once more. You guys ready? Primrose set, pre and go. Ah, yes, nailed it. So beautiful. This is epic. Ah, it looks so, so, so cool. You guys definitely need to watch the video. You guys will see how epic you all are. Okay, the next move is called a spark. It says it's a thread in a circle. Does everyone know what a thread is? Just before I continue. But basically, on the first go, the odds are going to do a bloom. And on the second go, the evens are going to bloom. So thread means there's 2 goes. So you're going to do a curl to the outside. Okay, bloom. You're going to just do a curl to the outside. But with thread, the 2 go move. On the first go, the odds are going to do a curl while the evens continue in the circle. So yes, if we're thinking like that, then Claire would be leading the circle for a short bit. Okay, so you would overtake your odd partner in front of you. And then on the second go, the evens are going to do their curl, which would make the odds go in front of them again. Everyone good with that definition? Cool. Okay, let's try that. And that's called a spark. Spark set, pre and go. Pre and go. So neck to the inside. Oh, to the outside, but that's fine. Yes, first odds, then evens. So that's how a thread also works. And then we're going to bloom, which means you're going to do your curl to the outside. So fix gaps, fix. So sparrow canter up, it's fine. Okay, we're going to try that again. Spark set, pre and go. Pre and go, much better. Yes, nice guys. Just fix gaps if you need to. So Nish, tap a bit faster to the inside. Very, very good, guys. Awesome. Okay, we still have 10 minutes. We can do another one. Let me just see what's nice. Okay, halt set, pre and go. Okay, so I want to explain a bit more for those that don't know this. So if we're looking at our circles, so our circle meters, so this is our 5 meter dot. This is actually our whole, like if you go, if I go this way, this whole line is actually a 5 meter line. This whole line is seen as the 5 meter line. Okay, it's 5 meters, theoretically, in SSO terms, away from the center line. Well, yeah, the center line. So going away this way as well, this whole line would be our 5 meter line. So what's cool about this is if you are doing a canter curl over, so if I'm canter curl overing to the right, if I'm going to canter curl over to the right, you'll see that I'm going to end up back on the dotted line. And you can do this way across all the arena to all the dots. you're gonna be basically on to the dotted line again. Boo-do-do-do-do. Okay, so that's the first type of theory. So now, the other type of theory is when you're cantering, well, I mean, if you're trotting. So remember how I canter curled over and I got onto another dotted line? See what happens if I do a trot curl over. So if I do a trot curl over, you'll see that I'm exactly in the middle of the two dotted lines. And if I do another trot curl over, I'm back onto a dotted line. That means this segment, this, you know, where I'm cantering right now, the space between these two dots, like imagine this is a type of pie, like this is a big slice of pie going around here. This whole pie can be divided in half by me just doing a trot curl over. Now, if you use that theory, okay, and the definition of dodge is 2 curl overs in opposite direction. So if I'm going to do a dodge using this line, if I'm dodging now, dodge, set, pre, and go. I'm going to do a curl over, when straight. I'm going to do my other curl over. You see how I'm on a dotted line? Does that make sense? Does that theory part make sense to everyone? Okay, so using that theory that a dodge will put you onto the next dotted line, you can correlate that to your circle sizes. So if I'm on a 5 meter circle here, okay, and I say dodge, set, pre, and go, and I do a trot curl over, when straight, I turn back, so you'll see that I'm now on a 10 meter circle. So did you see that the dodge made me go into a 10 meter circle? I expanded from the 5 meter circle onto a 10 meter circle. And I can dodge to the inside again. So if I show you again, trot curl over, when straight, trot curl over, back. I'm back onto a 5 meter circle. Do you guys understand that part? So this is a super cool way to check if you are like doing your moves correctly. Because if you use the dotted lines, your curl over should work out onto the lines. So the move is called curve. Okay, so if we are gonna curve from a 10 meter dot, so here is a 10 meter dot, and I call a curve is always away from X. So I would say, for example, curve onto a 15 meter circle, curve, set, pre, and go. So I would first remind you what circle size you're going to. So from a 10 meter circle, I'm gonna dodge on the circle. So dodge is 2 curl overs in the opposite direction. So here I'm going to dodge away from X, when straight, turning again, going on to my 15 meter circle. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, are you ready to try that? So does everyone understand now what a dodge is? And a dodge away from X is a curve. This is what the move is called. Okay, let's try it. Trot, set, pre, and go. Okay, so you're now on a 10 meter dot. Use your gates just to quickly catch up. So remember, you're going to go onto your 15 meter circle. Remind yourself what's the definition of a 15 meter circle. It's 2 dots away from X. So 10 meter is 1 dot away from X. And then we use directional timing. When straight, do your next curl over. This is a 1 go move. Okay. Curve, set, pre, and go. Try to find that 15 meter dot. There we go. Tiny bit early, Moon, with your first curl over. Okay, do not canter, try to fix it without cantering. I know it's hard. So, Moon, yeah, you're making your circle bigger. Awesome. Keep making it bigger. Nish, tap a bit more to the inside. Okay, I don't know what curve to the inside is called. I don't know there's a move for it. So I'm just going to tell you to curve towards X. So you're going to curve away from X or curve towards X. So curve towards X means you're going to do your dodge to the inside, which means you're going to go to a 10 meter again. Okay. Curve, set, curve to the inside, set, curve to the inside, set, pre, and go. Tiny bit late, Ash. Nice timing for anyone else. Okay, and immediately fix gaps. Do not walk, do not walk, do not walk. Tap, tap, tap. Very good. Fix, fix, fix. No, don't stress. Okay, so I want you guys to fix whatever is going on here, but do not change that gate. Try your best. Very good. See how the circle's evening out. Awesome. Very, very nice. So tap, 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 Ash. I can see you're busy. And then tap, 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 Daff. Okay, we're going to do it once more. We have like 3 minutes left. So we're going to dodge to the outside. So curve to the outside. Curve to the outside set. Pre and go. Nice timing. Yes, yes, yes. Woody, too late on your second curl over, but for good first timing. Very good. Yes. Awesome, guys. Just fix, Woody. Fix, fix, fix. Halt set, pre and go. Guys, this was an awesome, awesome lesson. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to instruct you. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. If not, I'm sorry, but I hope it was fun in that case. So I sincerely appreciate you guys coming. It's a big, big, big pleasure. And I'll definitely want to do this more in the future because it's so much fun instructing so many people. Wee. I hope you guys have an awesome night further, and then I'll see you in the next one. I always say that, but bye everyone.